26, I'm left heading 100, that's including localizer when I 30. Aviator 26, turning left heading 100, that's including localizer when I 30.
Set takeoff thrust 94.3. Hey everybody, we're back. We're in DCA. Getting ready to head on over to Kansas City. This is stream number 2 today. We've got one more. Once we land in Kansas City, we'll be getting ready to stream again when we head over to Denver. All right. Well, welcome back to the flight deck here. We got pretty much everything set up. We're going to go ahead, brief it up, and get ready to get out of here. So this way we're a little more efficient with how we're getting out of here. As always, we have our control cam. We have our iPad cam. So we'll be in good shape, getting ready to head out here. So we're going to set it up to the iPad now, and let's go ahead and brief the departure. Okay, are you ready for the departure brief? Okay, I'm going to be the pilot flying. You're going to be the pilot monitoring on this flight. It is a special airport. A couple of things we have to make sure we're monitoring 21.5. We obviously have the prohibited area of 56 just north of the airport. And we need to make sure that we're staying out of that. One of the ways we're doing that, we have Pliva in a 1 mile ring set, and that's going to highlight that area for us, so make sure we avoid it. So we've got that set there. We have no MELs, there's no NOTAMs that affect us, and there's no adverse weather in the area. Taxi routing over to runway 1. We'll push out of here. I'm assuming it's probably going to be Kilo 5 Juliet to runway 1. There's no hotspots, no low-vis taxi routes. The runway is dry. Winds 2 knots on the nose, 7 knots off the right. They've got us launching north again, so we're going to be on runway 1 now. Prior to 80 knots, we'll stop for domestic caution or non-normal indication. After 80 knots and up into V1, we will only stop for an engine fire or failure, predictive wind shear warning, or if the aircraft is unable or unsafe to fly. After V1, we'll make a normal takeoff. We'll climb out at V2 plus 20, accelerate at 1,100 feet. That's a non-standard cleanup altitude. And to go from there, we'll clean up the airplane, go from there. We're cleared to Kansas City. As filed, we're climbing via the SID, top altitude of 5,000 is set. Departure is 1895 and a squawk of 3012 is set. We're DCA, Kansas City, Southwest ADD2 off runway 1. It's the Wings 5 departure to Ramy, Quebec 72 to Hax, Julia 149 to empty, Juliet 80 to Spinner, Uning, and then it's the Rudder 3 into Kansas City. And they've got us landing on runway 9 today, which is interesting. We'll see if that ends up staying the same. The Wings 5 departure off runway 1. We'll climb at heading of 007 to intercept the 331 to Revgi. And that's a Revgi maximum of 220 knots at or above 15,000. Double. Reggie. Malo. Wings. At or above 5,000 and Ramy. We're going to be on LNAV and VNAV on the departure. We're going to be using the heads-up display for the departure. Minimum climb gradient off runway 1 here, looking at our numbers here, is 825 feet per nautical mile to 600. We have a complex special off runway 1. So this is the runway 01 Victor SID. So this is for the visual. The takeoff conditions are better than 601, so we are going to be using the visual portion of this. Minimum cleanup altitude for an engine out's 1,100 feet. All engines is 1,100 feet. If we have an engine failure at or after V1, we'll climb via SID, use visual reference to follow the middle of the Potomac River until reaching Revgi. Then we're going to continue to climb via the SID, minimum cleanup altitude 1,100 feet. So we're basically just maintaining visual with the river and using the river for guidance. On the departure, it wants us to intercept a 331 to Revki. As soon as we take off, I'm going to start the left turn to 3, and then we can re-intercept a little bit from the left, but we are not about to try and fly straight out. We're going to turn as soon as we can once we're above 400 feet and get that turn and follow the river to Revki. We're not going to get caught up on trying to follow exactly. I just want to be over the river and away from Papa 56. So that's really the main thing there. And the transition altitude's 18,000 feet. Do you guys have any questions? No? All right, the briefings are complete. Perfect. All right, we're good to go there. We've got pretty much everything loaded in here. Waited on this portion of the FMS setup so we can do it here, so we can look. We've got 5850. Now we're going to call it 6 in the reserves and a cost index of 15. We're going up to 400. We have like 50 people on board. This is a pretty empty flight. 293 at 82. And an outside air temperature -4, so that's -60. Beautiful. Okay. We're out of here in 5 minutes. Go ahead and start the APU. I should have started that a little bit earlier, but that's okay. Perfect. All right, before start checklist. FMC, we're programmed. Briefings are complete. Oxymask sync quantity check. DC's on. Navigation switch is normal. Display switch is auto and normal. Fuel is going to be 19.5, clear 19.0. Center pumps on. Passenger signs on. Window heat on. Hydraulic pump stays off. He's on. Pressurization set auto. Flood instruments are 3064. Set auto brakes RTO. Take off warning horn. Check departure brake is set. Transponder TARA. Aileron and rudder trim is centered. Before start checklist is complete. Perfect. And let's see, it did not load the payload correctly. That's a better payload. Perfect. So 97.5, that does check, and we are loaded correctly, so that's good to know. All right, APU is on the buses. We're going to wait 2 minutes before we put the bleed air on, and then at that point, we'll set that up. We'll keep the packs off. We'll disconnect everything and push back. We will prepare for pushback and departure to get GSX at least going here. We don't need de-icing.
Locking gear.
Pretty much everything is ready to go. I try to get everything set up prior to the stream going live this way. You guys don't have to sit through a bunch of nothingness. We can have everything ready to go. We'll just
Brickyard 4391, contact Washington Tower 119.
so everything's set up, we can just go and finish all that. So yeah, they have us launching off 1. We landed on 19 coming in here earlier, and they got us off 1 now, so going back the way we came. All right, we'll quick at a push on the map. I'm fairly positive this is a push and pull gate, so we're not going to be able to start our engines until the pushback is complete, which is fine.
American 605, gate Charlie Tree 1, taxi via Sierra.
All right, that's all set. We're coming up on 2 minutes here. We can go ahead and put the bleed back on.
Hold short runway tree, American 605.
All right. We'll keep the packs off for now. Put the beacon on.
Request pushback. Blue Streak 5278, Washington ground. Pushback approved. Face southeast.
Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and reset that, and then we're going to go ahead and... Let me go ahead and get my seat in position, and then we'll start.
American 605, cross runway tree at Sierra. Continue taxi via Sierra. November, Kilo.
Cross runway tree at Sierra. Continue taxi via Sierra. November, Kilo, American 605.
All right, our zero fuel weight is going to be 97.5. It gives me 116.9. It's 117 on the takeoff. That works. N1s, we're going to be 58 and 1. Climb 2, flap 1. 85.9. That'll check as we have the packs off right now. We have a non-standard minimum cleanup altitude of 1086.
Envoy 3580 at gate echo per 7, request pushback.
All right, and then that gives me 22,
Envoy 3580,
24,
Washington ground.
30.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face east.
Pushback approved.
And we got LNAV and VNAV armed for the departure. All right, before push checklist, zero fuel weight, 97.5. Set takeoff weight is going to be 117.0. Cross checked. PWB remarks reviewed N1s of 58 over 1. Reduced set runway 01 set flaps. PWB 1 CD1. V speed's going to be 22, 24, 30 set. Stab trim 5.1. Set. Minimum cleanup altitude 1100 feet. Set flight deck door lights out before push checks are complete.
Runway 1 taxi via November.
All right,
Kilo Juliet.
we're good to go. Let's go ahead, release the brakes,
Continue taxi
and
via Juliet. Charlie. Blue Streak 5278.
brakes released. Jerk lid to push.
All engines clear.
378 at gate Delta 40. Request pushback.
We're on the ramp, so I don't usually call for push. I'm gonna call for push
Washington ground.
afterwards.
Pushback and engine start
Um,
approved. Face east.
There's no one around, and we're fine.
Approved. Face east.
I wish they simulated ramp. That would be really nice. Anyways, we're pushing back. We cannot start the engines because it's a tug forward. So right now we just sit idly until
Gate Charlie tree
they finish the pushback, and then we'll set the brakes and start the engines.
Gate Charlie tree taxi via Sierra. Hold short runway tree Southwest 2244.
Southwest 882. Washington ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face southeast.
Pushback approved. Face southeast, Southwest 882.
Envoy 3580, request taxi to the active.
A nice 3-hour flight coming up here to
Cross runway
to
tree
Kansas
at
City,
Sierra.
so
Continue taxi
make sure
via
we got our
Sierra,
coffee.
November, Kilo.
Cross tree at Sierra. Continue via Sierra, November Kilo, Southwest 2244.
Envoy 3580. Runway 1 taxi via Sierra. November, Kilo, Juliet. Cross runway 04. Continue taxi via Juliet. Charlie.
Sure, what's wrong with my face cam here?
Runway 1 via Sierra, November Kilo Juliet, cross runway 04, continue taxi via Juliet Charlie, Envoy 3580.
United 1369, Gate Bravo 14, request pushback.
United 1369, Washington ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face east.
Pushback approved, face east, United 1369.
Brickyard 4378, request taxi to the active. Brickyard 4378, runway 1 taxi via Kilo 1 Kilo Juliet, cross runway 04, continue taxi
That's
via
better.
Juliet Charlie.
Hello there.
Runway 1
Now,
via
is the
Kilo
control
1
cam
Kilo
working
Juliet,
properly?
Cross runway 04, continue
Perfect.
taxi via
It
Juliet,
is.
Charlie Brickyard 4378.
Blue Streak 5101, Gate Echo 52, request pushback.
All right, you can stop pushing me now whenever you want. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Where are you going?
Pushback and engine start approved. Face east, Blue Streak 5101.
What the fuck is the point of that? I hate GSX sometimes. Why is it going for... What the fuck is the point of that?
Blue Streak 5278, contact Washington Tower 119.1.
I'm gonna say, I set it up to stop short of this line, because that's how you're supposed to do it, and it fucking hate GSX. Horrible program. Brakes that clear to disconnect. Thanks for the push. Have a nice day. Alright, let's go ahead and start the engine. So let's verify we got the packs off, and let's go ahead and spin number 2.
United 1369, taxi for departure.
United 1369, runway 1 taxi via Kilo, Juliet. Cross runway 04, continue taxi via Juliet, Charlie.
Runway 1 via Kilo,
Oil
Juliet.
pressure.
Cross runway 04, continue taxi via Juliet, Charlie, United 1369.
Brickyard 4604, cross runway Tree at Sierra. Continue taxi via Sierra, November, Kilo. Cross 33 at Sierra, continue via Sierra, November, Kilo, Brickyard 4604.
Light off.
Delta 2849, gate
Tow truck
22,
disconnected.
request
Bypass
pushback
pin
and
removed.
engine start.
Left is clear,
Delta
right is clear.
2849, Washington ground, pushback approved. Face south. Pushback and engine start approved. Face south, Delta 2849. Blue Streak 5101, taxi for departure. Blue Streak 5101, runway 1
Start a cutout.
taxi via November, Kilo, Juliet, cross runway
Waiting for the
04.
red carrot to go away.
Taxi via Juliet, Charlie. Runway 1 via November.
There's rollback. Tug tow bar in the pin.
Continue taxi via Juliet.
Good to go.
Charlie, Blue Streak 5101.
Alright, we got rollback there.
Southwest for 77, ramp
Up.
107, request pushback and engine start.
Alright, packs off spin 1.
Southwest 477, Washington ground, hold position for traffic.
Hold position, Southwest for 77.
Brickyard 4378, contact Washington
Oil
Tower
pressure.
119.1. Have a good one.
Contact Tower 119.1, Brickyard 4378. Have a good one.
Envoy 3580, contact Washington Tower 119.1.
Light off.
Over to Tower 119.1, Envoy 3580. Take care.
United 1369, contact Washington Tower 119.1.
Contact Tower 119.1, United 1369.
Start a cutout.
Delta 2849, ready to taxi to the active. Delta 2849, runway 1 taxi via Kilo, Juliet.
Yes, sir. We're back.
4, continue taxi
We are
via
back.
Juliet, Charlie. Runway
And
1
roll
via
back.
Kilo, Juliet, cross runway 04. Continue taxi via Juliet.
Alright,
Charlie,
tug tow bar,
Delta
bypass, pin, and
2849.
communications bag are clear. Standing by flaps. Flaps 1, control check. Before taxi checklist. Electrical generators on, probe heat on, anti-ice off, flight controls free, flight deck windows closed and locked, flaps CDU 1 indicates 1 green light before taxi checklist complete. Right, clear left and clear right. Dome lights off. Right, let's call for taxi. Washington ground, Southwest 882, request taxi.
Southwest 882, runway 1 taxi via Kilo, Juliet. Cross runway 04, continue taxi via Juliet, Charlie.
Runway 1 via Kilo, Juliet, cross runway 04, continue taxi via Juliet, Charlie, Southwest 882.
All right, so it's going to be straight ahead here, and then it's going to be a left turn on Kilo. We'll join Kilo 5 to Juliet, and then we're crossing runway 4, and then it's Juliet down to the runway. We got a couple of people in front of us here, so we'll have to, we'll be holding for a little bit.
Southwest 477, Washington ground. Push back and engine start approach.
We're going to be watching our min takeoff fuel. That's 18.6. We on purpose took more fuel for this exact reason. So, but just something we'll have to keep an eye out.
Washington Tower 119.1. Over to Tower 119.1, Delta 2849. Blue Streak 5260, Gate Echo 57 taxi via Sierra. Hold short runway tree. Gate Echo 57 taxi via Sierra. Hold short runway 33, Blue Streak 5260.
Oh my,
Blue Streak 5101.
you're pretty wound up right now.
Contact Washington Tower 119.1. Take care.
Okay.
Over to Tower 119.1. Blue Streak 5101. Blue Streak 5260. Cross runway tree at Sierra. Continue taxi.
All right, so it's be a right turn here, Kilo 5. There's nobody coming on the left. We're cleared across runway 4.
Blue Streak 5260.
And we're holding with all that other traffic down there.
Approaching runway.
Lights on.
Southwest 477, taxi for departure.
Southwest 477. Runway 1 taxi via Kilo, Juliet.
All right.
Runway 04. Continue taxi via Juliet, Charlie.
Runway 1 taxi via Kilo, Juliet, cross runway 04, continue taxi via Juliet, Charlie, Southwest 477.
All right, interested to see how it handles departures here. Looks like there's traffic. I can see there's some traffic on final for runway 1, but looks like he's a little ways out, so hopefully.
Contact Washington Tower 119.1.
Over to Tower 119.1, Southwest 882.
That traffic must be closer than I thought then. Oh, no, United's going.
United 1369, Washington Tower, wind 070 at 7, runway 1. Cleared for takeoff, traffic 7 mile final, keep it rolling.
Runway 1, cleared for takeoff. Keep it rolling. United 1369.
All right, we're number 3 for departure now.
Potomac departure, take care.
Contact Potomac departure, Envoy 3580, have a good day.
Delta 2849.
We're going to be behind a PSA 700.
Delta 2849, number 2 for departure, hold short of 01. Affirm, hold short of 01, Delta 2849.
Brakes are set.
Southwest 477, ready to go, runway 1.
So our min takeoff is 18.6.
Southwest 477, tower number 4 for departure.
Affirm, number 4, Southwest 477.
I guess I could just call them and let them know we're ready for departure.
Delta 2849, runway 01, line up and wait.
All right, so Delta's going to line up and wait. We've got traffic on about a 4-ish mile final.
1369, contact Potomac departure.
So then they're going to launch Delta off. We'll follow PSA.
Departure, United 1369.
And, yep, we'll be behind PSA.
Blue Streak 5101, holding short, runway 1. Blue Streak 5101, number 2 for departure, hold short of 01. Affirm, hold short of 01 for traffic. Blue Streak 5101.
Washington Tower, Southwest 882, ready to go, runway 1.
Southwest 882, number 3 for departure, hold short of 01.
Affirm, hold short of 01, Southwest.
All right, we are number 3. There's Delta. Oh, he better get a takeoff clearance, dude. Oh, that's about to get fucked up. Let's make everybody's life easier. go ahead and remove Delta, because they fucked that up. They waited way too long to give him a takeoff clearance. Alright, so he's in. Let's see, is there any other traffic? I don't really see any.
Runway 01, line up and wait.
So we're good to go there.
Line up and wait. Runway 01, Blue Streak 5101.
Alright, we're next in line. And then there doesn't look like there's anybody coming in, so Blue Streak is going to go. We'll get a lineup and wait. Approaching departure runway. Come on.
Blue Streak 5101, Washington Tower, wind 070 at 7, runway 1 cleared for
Before
takeoff.
takeoff checklist. Minimum takeoff
Runway
fuel
1 cleared for takeoff.
verified.
Blue Streak 5101.
Departure plan not required. Attendant page complete. All electrical generators on. Eddy ice off. PAX auto bleeds engine on. AP off. Start switches left continuous. AP off. Flaps. CDU1 indicates 1 green light. Start levers idle. Recall. Checked. Before takeoff checklist complete.
Washington Tower, continue.
Wilco JetBlue 1280.
Southwest 882, runway 01, line up and wait.
Line up and wait. Runway 01, Southwest 882.
We got line up and wait.
Blue Streak 5101, contact Poto, make departure. Contact Poto, make
Runway
departure.
01 verified. Final is clear.
Southwest for 77, holding short runway 1.
Southwest 882, Washington Tower, wind 070 at 7, runway 1 cleared for takeoff.
Runway 1, cleared for takeoff. Southwest 882.
Southwest 477, number 2 for departure, hold short of 01.
On runway 0.
Alright, we're good to go.
1.
Short of 01 for traffic, Southwest 477.
Do the heads up display for the departure. Set takeoff thrust 86.5. B1, rotate.
Southwest 477, runway
Landing gear up.
01, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 01, Southwest for 77.
Alright, we're flying visually with the river. I'm not going to sit here and deal with LNAV.
Southwest 477, Washington Tower, wind 070 at 7, runway 1 cleared for takeoff, traffic 5 mile final, no delay.
Runway 1 cleared for takeoff.
There we go.
Southwest for 77.
Alright, set speed. Flaps 1, climb thrust.
Southwest 882, contact Poto, make departure.
No, we're already on flaps 1. My bad.
Departure Southwest
Alright, flaps up.
Post-wick departure, Southwest 882, 1000.
Let this accelerate to 200.
Southwest 882, Poto, mix departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 190.
Climb and maintain flight level 190, Southwest 882.
190 it is. We're coming up to 3,000. We'll go ahead and accelerate.
120.65, have a good day.
Set engine anti-ice on.
United 1369, take care.
Not bad. It's just making it a little more challenging, because why not?
Craft be advised, information, Romeo now current, altimeter 3062.
Alright, we're accelerating to 250 now.
Southwest for 77, 1,100 feet.
Southwest 477, Poto, make departure, good day, radar contact, climb, maintain.
Gotta clean up this airplane, but there's too much shit going on right now, so I'll do that in a minute. I'm well aware the landing gear isn't off yet and everything, but we're gonna fly the airplane first. I'll deal with that in a little bit. Alright, let's go clean up. No. All right, airplane's cleaned up. Let me reset my view. And then once we roll out here, we'll get more cowbell going, and we'll get the airplane nice and ready to go. We're going up to 400. We only have like 50, I think it was like 52 or something like that we have on board. I'll have to look. All right, there we go. So we'll go ahead, delete the D rate. D rate's out. It's command A. 10,000 feet. All right, climb checklist. Pressurization checked. Start switches off. AP was off. Climb checklist complete. We're accelerating now nicely. There we go. There's always a lot going on with that departure. Single crew and that departure is a pain in the ass.
Photo, mixed departure, United 1295, good day, 900 feet. United 1295, Photo, mixed departure, radar contact, climb, maintain flight level 190. Climb, maintain flight level 190, United 1295.
Alright, we're still keeping the engine anti-ice on here. Still below positive 10 Celsius. Glad I got out of there when I did. Hi, Carl. We're going to Kansas City. We're going to be kicking it in Kansas City.
Southwest 882, contact Washington Center 134.15.
I can imagine. Thank God I had that set up for him to handle the radios, because if I was doing radios and all that, it just gets, it's very fancy. Very fancy. But yeah, we're just heading that way. We're gonna get a climb here.
882, Washington Center, climb, maintain flight level 400.
There we go.
Climb, maintain flight level 400, Southwest.
All right, we're up to 40,000. How's Rome? Oh no, you didn't go to Rome today. You went to 18,000 feet standard set. You went to Florence again.
Washington Center, Southwest 882, good day. Passing flight level 181 for flight level from 00.
All right, 18,000 feet standard is set. Let's go ahead and put 2992 down here.
Blue Street 5199, turn left, heading 050. Vectors for the approach. Expect further clearance in about 20 miles.
All right, there's 2992 set.
Blue Street 5199.
And we're out of here. I'm going to go ahead and stow the heads-up display. We will do, we'll get the heads-up display down again. When we get into Kansas City, we are going to be doing an HGS AII approach. When we get there, it's a couple hours out still, but when we get to Kansas City, we're going to practice that HGS AII approach. So the way Southwest does it is Southwest doesn't have auto land. They don't pay for it. But what they do in lieu of that is we can still get down to a Cat 3. These planes are obviously Cat 3 certified, as it says there on the aircraft. They're able to get down to a Cat 3 minimums, Cat 3A minimums of 50 feet. But we use the HUD. So the way those approaches are flown, they are hand-flown, captain only, of course, because the captain only is the only one with a heads-up display. So there's no auto throttles and no autopilot. It's a completely hand-flown approach, and you have to do to stay current. You have to do one every 90 days or 60 days. I make sure I do at least one a month. So I did one in January. I didn't do one in February, but it's only the 2nd of March, and I'm still well within the window of being current. Actually, we can take a look and see the last time I did it. So to try and keep myself current with everything, I annotate everything in Volanta. So if we pop over to Volanta and we take a look at our flights, I make sure whenever we do just like you would in the real world, whenever we do an RNAV RNP approach or an HGS AAA approach, I note it just like you would in the ACARS log. So the last time we did an RNP approach into Colorado Springs, and then the last time I did an HGS AAA approach was... I can actually just, I can search. I think I can search by tags. No, I can't. Thought I could search by tags. Guess I can. Let's see. RNP approach. When was our last HGS AAA approach? It was in January. I know it was. There it is. Los Angeles to Denver. So in Denver, we did an HGS AAA approach. So I am current at least until like March, at the very earliest, March 26th. So we're going to do another one today to keep that, to stay current. So that's how we stay current. Make sure we are doing what we need to do. There's the master caution fuel. Center pumps are off.
United 1515, contact Washington Center 133.65. Contact Washington Center 133.65, United 1515.
All right, well, I got a minute. I am going to run to the restroom, and I'll be right back.
Frontier Flight 3587, contact Washington Center 135.4.
Contact Washington Center 135.4, Frontier Flight 3587.
882. Contact Washington Center 133.2.
Center on 133.2, Southwest 882. Have a good one.
All right, we're back.
Southwest 882.
Oh, Florence is tomorrow. That's right. Sienna was today.
Direct pitch.
Well, I'm excited to hear from you when you give me a call. We're just here heading to Kansas City. We got our second flight of the day. We flew over to Washington D.C. this morning from Milwaukee, and then Kansas City, and then we head over to Denver this evening. We'll see if Kansas City stays the way it is right now. They're using runway 9 pretty much exclusively, which I really haven't seen before. I haven't used runway 9 in a hot minute, and the weather's not supposed to be all that better. So it looks like they're going to stay on pretty much runway 9 the entire day, and this is a great time to do a practice HGSA III approach, simply because the last one I did in January into Denver, the weather was nice, so I could see where I was going. It's good to practice this approach like this, where it's going to be overcast. You're going to be IMC for a good majority of the approach. Obviously, you're going to break out. But we're not going to be that far off from minimums. So it'll be a lot of fun. It's always good practice to properly do the approach by the initial approach fix. The autopilot and auto throttles have to be off, so it's really good to get some practice, just you in the airplane. And then we'll also go over everything once we get closer. We'll go over the procedure to set up the HGSA III approach, setting up the HGS panel, and then utilizing the functions for the approach. So it'll be a lot of fun. There's 39 for 40. We'll go into VS. Once we get to 500 feet, 500 feet before, we'll take the vertical speed down to 500, and then once we level off, we'll go back into VNAV. Looking ahead, let me check out the turbulence plots. Turbulence at 400. We looked at it earlier when we were dispatching up this flight, but you can see it's actually going to be relatively smooth pretty much the entire way, which is really good. So once we level off, there's 500 to go. Now 500 in the vertical speed. Once we level off, we'll go back into VNAV. And maintaining Mach 0.79 the entire way. Looks like we're planned for... Forgot to load the winds again. Without the wind data in there, it looks like we're about to be 20 minutes early. Let's take a look and see once we get the wind data loaded in how we're doing. That's probably the most consistent thing I miss, is just wind data. Alright, loading in the wind data here. DES forecast. Let's go and load the forecast request. Whenever that comes through, there it is. Alright, it's got us in at 2030. It's about 15 minutes early, so that'll be real nice. There's MCP speed alt acquire. We'll go back into VNAV. FMC speed VNAV path. Once we level off for about a minute, I'll make sure it actually is smooth the way it's saying, and then we will turn the seatbelt sign off, and we will enjoy. Yeah, I know, it's my one thing, man. I always end up forgetting those. Most of the time on short flight, I think part of it is because for the short flights, there's a lot of times I don't even bother with it, especially if it's an hour and I'm up and down. There's sometimes some of the waypoints, it loads like one waypoint worth of winds. the average wind that I put in is just as good as that. The most important thing I always make sure is I at least always have the descent forecast in. So the descent winds and the altimeter and engine anti-ice, if we need it on or off, is in there properly. Looks like it's actually a little bit, looks like we're bumping around a little bit. We are. I'm going to keep the seatbelt sign on for just a little bit. Let's take a look at the outside here. Looking lovely. Right away to Kansas City. Yes, Nate, that's Carl. He is here. Watching all the way from Italy.
American 1680, Washington Center, copy.
It's probably my only, probably one of the very few European people watching from Europe. If you are from Europe, hello. Thank you for joining me. Trying some U.S. aviation fun here with Southwest. All right, it's smoothed out pretty good. We're gonna wait about another minute. As long as we stay nice and smooth, I'll get the sign off. I would probably have the flight attendants at least stop starting their service. And then as soon as I'm confident that I can have passengers up, we'll turn them off. So another minute or so, as long as it stays smooth, we'll be good. Then he'll be heading over to Indy Center here in just a minute. No, it was a trip. It was a trip through his school, so his college took care of setting all that up. I didn't do anything. This was one of the first trips. I had nothing to do with flights. But he flew on a 787-10 all the way over there, so I was a little jealous. See, we're getting some bumps. I'm not happy with releasing the passengers right now. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep the seatbelt signs on. We're getting some bumps. Let me set this up real quick. Stand by.
Washington Center 128.6, Southwest 882. See you. Washington Center, Southwest 882, flight level 400.
Southwest 882, Washington Center. United 1515, contact Indianapolis Center 127.4A. Have a good day. Contact Indianapolis Center 127.4, United 1515.
Yep, United through O'Hare. Sign in here.
Rouge 1657, contact Cleveland Center 126.905. Have a good one. Center on 126.905, Rouge 1657. Have a good day.
A bunch of work emails. Even though I'm not at work, I'm still get all sorts of freaking emails. All right, well that's going to take a second, but we'll check SkyPath in a second here.
Washington Center, United 1623, good day, flight level 320.
United 1623, Washington Center, roger.
Maybe. Let me try this.
Washington Center, United 2029, flight level 29er.
United 2029, Washington Center, radar contact.
Let's try this. It's been a hot minute since we've used SkyPath to check turbulence, and I haven't signed in, and now I'm trying to get signed in, and I can't get my email.
Washington Center, American 1680. Good day. Flight level 360.
American 1680, Washington Center, roger.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get something soon. I'm just surprised with the bumps here. We're supposed to be nice and smooth up here, and we're not. It's really not smooth at 400. I want to try a different. I would like to try a different altitude. Let's see if there's any PIRAPs.
Washington Center, copy.
Couple icing PIRAPs, but really nothing up at altitude, which is kind of sucky.
Washington Center, American 1056, good day, flight level 360. American 1056, Washington Center.
Alright, let's try, since SkyPath is being weird, let's try one other thing. Let's go grab some shots outside real quick. Always need shots for thumbnails.
Southwest 882, contact Indianapolis Center 125.55.
Center on 125.55, Southwest 882. Indianapolis Center, Southwest 882, flight level for 00.
Southwest 882, Indianapolis Center. Indianapolis Center, Southwest 477, good day, flight level 380.
Southwest 477, Indianapolis Center.
Indianapolis Center, American 1263. Good day, flight level 320.
American 1263, Indianapolis Center, roger. Contact Indianapolis Center 127.4.
Center on 127.4, American 1263.
Indianapolis Center, United 2029, flight level 300.
United 2029, Indianapolis Center.
Indianapolis Center, United 1295 through flight level 320 for flight level 717 direct tax.
United 1295, Indianapolis Center, roger.
Indianapolis Center, United 1623, flight level 320.
United 1623, Indianapolis Center.
Indianapolis Center, American 1680, flight level 360.
American 1680, Indianapolis Center. United 1623, contact Indianapolis Center 127.4.
Center 127.4, United 1623, take care.
American 1680, contact Indianapolis Center 127.4. Center 127.4, American 1680. Have a good day. Indianapolis Center, Delta 2944. Flight level for 26. Delta 2944, Indianapolis Center, copy. Delta 2944. Descend, maintain 4,900 feet. Altimeter 3048. Descend, maintain 4,900 feet. Altimeter 3048. Delta 2944. United 2029. Contact Indianapolis Center 127.4.
Center on 127.4, United 2029.
Indianapolis Center, Blue Streak 2L Romeo. Good day. Flight level 206.
Blue Streak 2L Romeo, Indianapolis Center, roger. Southwest for 77. Contact Indianapolis Center 12 for point for 5. Have a good one.
Center on 124.45, Southwest for 77. Have a good day.
for point for 5. Have a good day.
Contact Indianapolis Center 124.5, Southwest 882. Indianapolis Center, Southwest 882, flight level 400.
Southwest 882 Indianapolis Center, copy. Southwest for 77, contact Indianapolis Center 127.1.
Center on 127.1, Southwest for 77.
Indianapolis Center, United 1295, good day through flight level 320 for flight level 717, direct to empty.
United 1295 Indianapolis Center, roger.
Indianapolis Center, Blue Streak 2, El Romeo, flight level tree 12.
Blue Streak 2 El Romeo, Indianapolis Center. Blue Streak 2 El Romeo, after Appleton. Cleared via Danny Tree, pilot's discretion descend and maintain flight level 190, James M. Cox, Dayton landing runway. 6 left, altimeter 3040.
After Appleton, cleared via Danny Tree, pilot's discretion descend and maintain flight level 190, James M. Cox, Dayton landing runway 6 left, altimeter 3040, Blue Streak 2 El Romeo.
Blue Streak 2 El Romeo cleared direct Appleton. Resumo navigation.
Roger, we'll head direct Appleton, then resume on navigation, Blue Streak 2 El Romeo. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, fasten seatbelt sign has been turned on. Please keep your seatbelt visible. Fasten while seated. Please be careful of opening any overhead vents. Thank you.
Indianapolis Center, Brickyard 297, flight level 340.
Allegiant 503, turn right, heading 040. Turn right, heading 040, Allegiant 503. Brickyard
27.1 Southwest 882. Have a good one. Indianapolis Center, Southwest 882. Flight level for 00.
Southwest 882, Indianapolis Center, copy. Southwest 882, contact Indianapolis Center 120.475.
Center on 120.475, Southwest 882. Indianapolis Center, Southwest 882. Good day, flight level for 00.
Southwest 882, Indianapolis Center.
Indianapolis Center, United 1295, good day, out of flight level 319er for flight level 717.
United 1295, Indianapolis Center, roger.
All right, we're back. Cruising here at flight level 400. Made myself a little bacon and egg bagel here. So I'm going to go ahead and enjoy that. Sounds like ATC stuck transmitting. Yeah, BeyondATC broke itself. Stand by one. Let me relaunch BeyondATC. Let's get ourselves back into the correct position. All right, so we're here at flight level 400. Fortunately, I can't figure out why Sky, what the hell is it? SkyPath is being really weird, and I'm unable to get. I'm unable to find SkyPath in any of my emails. So let's see. Do they have something online I can use? Let's find out. So that's good. What if I were to do... Doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm struggling with getting my email from them. Oh, because I was using the wrong thing. Okay. This will be better now.
Traffic.
I don't know why it's being silly. Alright, we're at cruise. So we got the seatbelt sign off. Everything should be nice and smooth for the cruise here. right, yep. And then I'm stuck with this bug where I gotta turn it off, turn it on to clear the TCAS. Not gonna lie, this plane was a little fucking buggy in 2020, man. Little fucking buggy. So we're well on our way here. I will be back in about 5 minutes or so. I'm gonna eat the little bit of food that I've got for myself, and I'm sure you guys don't want to watch that. I wouldn't want to. So I'll be back in about 3 minutes. I'm gonna eat my food here, and then we'll start looking at the arrival procedure into Kansas City. All right, we're back. Airlanders X, what's going on, buddy? One of them, absolutely. This is exactly when you watch a stream, man. Well, welcome. We are at flight level 400. We're on our way to Kansas City. I just finished having a little snack from the galley. And, yeah, we're on our way to Kansas City here. A couple of things. This should probably be properly set up. All right. Yeah, we're on our way to Kansas City. Let's see what the weather is in Kansas City. It was kind of crummy. It's still 0908. They're still arriving runway 9. It was, the condition codes were showing 555 on the last ATIS, and now they're not showing that anymore, so it must be dry now. I'm still going to run the numbers with 555 braking action, but at least for now it's looking like it's nice and dry. Into Kansas City, we're going to be doing a, because it's been about a month or so since we've done a practice HGS AII approach. So we'll be doing a we'll be using the heads-up display for doing that. So again, the reason we're going to do it this time and practice doing this is Southwest does not pay for auto land, so their planes do not have auto land. So in order to fly down to Cat 3A minimums, it is a hand-flown HGS approach. It's of course captain only, because the captain is the only one with an HGS. And we'll fly the approach down to the lowest minimums we have is 50 feet we can do on the radio altimeter. So of course you need to stay proficient. I can't remember if it's every 60 or 90 days that you have to perform one of these landings to stay current. You always do it in recurrent training, of course, and usually we'll even do one with one engine out, flaps 15 approach. But we're going to do it today. We're going to practice it today because the weather is crummy enough that we're going to get a lot of time hand flying in the soup, but then we'll break out around 800 feet and fly the rest of the approach. But we're going to stay with the HGS the entire time. We're going to fly the approach like we can't see anything. We're going to practice taking it all the way down to minimum. So we'll start to set up a little bit for the approach. We'll start looking at the ILS for runway 9 into Kansas City. So the localizer is 1097. All right, we got 1097 set. The final approach course will be 94. And then there's a couple other review items that we need to do. The ILS DA is going to be 1266. One of those being we need to set up the HGS for our approach. So we need 1266 in the barrow. That's set. And now we need to set up the HGS a little bit. So one of the things we're going to grab our this is going to give me a warning here. Let me put that there so it doesn't yell at me. So HGS approach review items. So we need to make sure there's a Cat 3 placard installed, and it is. VHF nav and IRS transfer switches need to be in the normal position, and they are. The minimum selector is set, so that'd be 1266. Localizer frequencies are both set. Localizer courses are both set. Flight directors, both are on. And then we got to set up the HCP. So down here, the HCP mode should be primary. Runway length, we're going to go ahead and set that. And we're going to grab that from our landing data here. So let's real quickly, DES forecast. Let's get a new forecast request in here. We're going to do 300, 200, and 100. And the altimeter in Kansas City is 3016. So let's go ahead and request those winds. We're getting an updated wind forecast here. That forecast is on its way. We'll load that as soon as it comes up. There it is. All right, we'll execute that. Let's go and set 3016 while we're here. All right, 3016 is set. Now we need to set up our HCP mode here. So 8.5 on the gas if we look at Love Cars here. 8.5, runway 9, flap 30. I'm still going to run it as 5 good because I did see that at one point. Anti-ice, we're going to do engine anti-ice on. HGS AIII, yes. There we go. Let's request the landing data. All right, very good. We're going to run auto brakes 3 for the approach. There's auto brakes 3. We don't need any park to cool time, which is good. 21:26 plus 5, and all that is in. So the reason we factor in an HGS AIII approach into the landing data is it will make the landing distances longer. It'll extend them a little bit just because we're using that type of approach. I'm factoring in a wet runway, 5 good, and so that would give us auto brake required, so we have to use auto brake 3, which we will. Then we're going to go ahead and use this for our landing. We're going to use this for our ACARS length here. So runway 9 is 9501. That's what we need to plug in here. So length. There's 9501, and we need to set the elevation. The touchdown zone elevation is 1016. So there we go. So we're on primary. IMC AIII is armed. We are the elevation of 1016, and our runway length of 9501 is set, and then we want to make sure it's still the same. So we can see we have a 3-degree glide slope on the chart, and we're set with a 3-degree glide slope here. So we are in good shape now. We have the HGS mode ready to go. You'll see now it's still in primary. What'll happen is when we eventually get to the approach, this will flip over to the AIII mode, and we'll be using that to fly the approach. Again, per Southwest SOP, the autopilot and auto throttle have to be off by the initial approach, by the final approach fix. So we need to make sure by the FAF we've got manual control over everything, and then we'll be using the heads-up display to fly the entire approach. So we'll go over that again when we get to the landing portion. We'll use our card here and verify that everything is in the right spot, and we're ready to go for the approach. So we got 097, that's all set. Looking at the arrival procedure here. The approach is going to be the Rudder 3 into Kansas City from Uning. Got Uning, Rudder, at a maintain 12000. Fall, at or above 7000. We got Chars, and then, or Cheers, sorry, Ginger. Girls, 210 at a maintain 6000, and then a 274 heading with radar vectors to the approach. Transition level is going to be 18,000 feet. There's just some lower ceilings in the area. We're going to be using our anti-ice, that's for sure. So our forecast here, we'll probably end up getting the anti-ice on, let's see, it's overcast at 800. Let's expect to have the engine anti-ice on by flight level 180, and we'll have it down for the remainder of the approach. NOTAMs for Kansas City. If we take a look here, ILS runway 19 right is out of service. I'm not seeing ILS runway 9, ILS 9 DA 1269. So that's, we'll go ahead and set that. That's because of temporary construction equipment up to 1285 MSL beginning 1.2 miles east of Kansas City Airport. So that right there just increases our minimums by 3 feet. The RNAV Zulu runway 9 RNP .2 Viz is 4,000 RVR. We've got that fine, but we're going to be practicing the HSA III approach, so we're going to request the ILS to, we'll be requesting the ILS to runway 9. Once again, the approach is going to be the ILS to runway 9. Let's see here. You know, let me look. Does Southwest have a special? They don't. To 9. That's okay. Most of the approaches, if it's going to be a special approach, if we're going to do the so here's the ILS 1 right, Cat 2, Cat 3. One of the things that we watch for on the chart is we want to make sure it says Southwest HGS only. And then that takes care of, and then that gives us a minimum, so you can see a Cat 3 ILS RA of 50 is what we can do. But we don't have any special tailored chart for the ILS to 9, so we'll be using the standard chart. Localizer 1097. Set final approach course 94. Set both sides glide slope at Joe is 2900 and a 3 degree glide slope's checked. ILS DA 1269 per the NOTAM is set. Airport elevation 1027, touchdown zone elevation 1016. If we go missed, climb to 4,000 up onto the Kansas City 089 Limes. We're going to hold the Limes that are above 4,000. Let's see, flap 30 landing, auto brakes 3. Let's see, landing weight is 106 because we have like nobody on board. 21, 26, that's set. Auto brakes 3. Landing runway 9 will end up making Charlie 4, most likely. It'll be Charlie 4, Charlie. There's hotspot 2. Let's see what hotspot 2 is all about. Taxiways Charlie and Delta intersection with 19 left, 1 right. Immediately after crossing Echo, both taxiways Charlie and Delta cross. Okay, so let's see what that's all about. That hotspot 2 seems more or less like a hotspot for the other side. That really doesn't affect us. But anyways, we're going to be Charlie, and then we'll probably end up getting Charlie 9 Delta 1 Sierra 1 Sierra 2 or something like that to the ramp. We'll start the APU on Charlie when we're over by the old decommissioned it used to be the old Bravo terminal that we used to park at. So we'll start the APU over there. So we'll wait on that. And we're going to Bravo 64. So over on the west side there. So that's why I'm expecting maybe Charlie 9 and then Delta 2 Sierra 2, I guess. And then Whiskey to the ramp. All right. Any questions, y'all? No? Briefing's complete. All right, let me annotate the weather here for Kansas City. Let's also check BeyondATC. Let me see. They should be landing runway 9. They're using 1 left, 1 right, and 9. And we planned on 9, so they're going to give us runway 9. So that'll work. Kansas City information. They have information Victor. 1853 Zulu. Wind is 090 at 8 miles. Overcast at 800. Temperature 4, dew point 2. Altimeter 3016. We're arriving runway 9. And landing weight of 106. And then that's going to be VREF of 121 and a V target of 126. Perfect. And then right as we're beginning at our ascent, we started ascent to 2202, so we're going to have a new weather out. So that weather might change slightly between now and our arrival. I don't expect much of a change. If we look at the TAF, it only is going to get kind of crummier, but that's at night that we're going to expect 5 miles, mist, overcast 400. It's expecting it to be above 6 miles visibility, overcast 600 feet, winds about 0012 for pretty much the rest of the day here until tomorrow at 1800 Z. So that's about what we've got. We're also dealing with 82 knots of headwind. It was enjoyable getting to DCA with all that tailwind, but now we're chugging to Kansas City and dealing with lots of wind right in our face. Hope you guys are having a nice day. If you are flying, let me know what airplane you're flying and where you're going. Also, if you can find me on Volanta, send me a friend request. We'll play the fun game of let's see how close we are to the real airplane. So if we look at Volanta here we are on Volanta. Got some friends here flying. Well, there was one over here. I don't know where they went, but so that's where we are. Let's see where the real flight is. It's going to be somewhere in here. Depends, I guess. It just kind of depends on when they got out of here. We're 882. So the real flight is just west of Springfield, Missouri. We're a few miles behind, but we're not too bad. We're pretty close. Very good. I'm going to feel like an idiot, and I've seen it before. What is reshade? I've heard of it. I know it probably changes the colors, I would assume, but... I guess really the more important question is, does it automatically fix things, or do you have to go in and jack with the colors? Because if you have to go in and screw with the colors, I don't have time for that. I gotcha. Well, hopefully, and I don't mean this in a sad way, it kind of is sad. Hopefully I'm not on 2020 for too much longer. I'm so sick and tired of waiting for a 700 on 2024 because it's a fucking clown show over there and it's taking forever. I've just resorted to 2020. Just so tired of being stuck trying to figure out how I'm gonna fly an 800 or a max 8. It's too much. We will see. Let's take a peek. I kind of forgot what we're doing tomorrow. Low key did forget what we're doing tomorrow. Let's take a gander. So we are on an 800 tomorrow. We're doing Denver, Dallas, Chicago, Chicago, Nashville. That's a pretty solid little day there. And then that following day, we're on an 800. We're doing Nashville, St. Louis, and then St. Louis to Las Vegas to round out our trip. But yeah, this should be solid. 2651. Let's see. Let's see what airplane we're scheduled for tomorrow. Like 8579 Zulu. And 2573 the next day. So we go take 2573 up to... So it looks like we're on a MAX 8, scheduled to go to St. Louis on the MAX 8. And then heading home, 3066. Looks like we're going to be on 8315 Charlie. Solid. Oh, that plane goes off to Honolulu the next day. That's not often we get an 800 going to Honolulu. Yeah. Cool to see an 800 heading out to Hawaii. I remember when that's all we had going to Hawaii. Now it's just basically MAX 8s. The entire thing is just MAX 8s to Hawaii. But occasionally you'll see some of our very few, I think we have 28 E-Tops 800s. Assuming we haven't sold any, because they've been selling off some 800s. Yeah, I remember when Hawaii first started, man, that was 800s, and then as soon as we got the MAX 8 with E-Tops, that flipped the 800s. We kept, like I said, those 28 E-Tops 800s. All of them start with N83 is their designation. Anything with an 83 designation is an E-Tops 800. I'm kind of curious. I'll take a look to see if they've sold. PlaneSpotters.net usually does a really good job keeping up on all this stuff. What is this? '80th anniversary livery, Spirit of Hong Kong. Oh, that's sweet. That's pretty neat. We'll also check out the latest deliveries here. Let's see what... American MAX 8, 8995 got delivered. .702 VL, so that went to the United States Department of Homeland Security. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's search up Southwest. Let's see if we actually still have all of our E-Tops 800s. I don't know, honestly. Six, maybe? There we go. 83. We still have all of these. They're still all active. Oh, 8329, so we have 29. Or no, I think it's still 28 because it starts with 8301. Yeah, so we still have all those airplanes, which is pretty cool. Still have all of our E-Tops 800s. You can see 8620 Hotel isn't even on here. So this is updated. This is legit. Yeah, 15, 16, 17, 18, gone. Those are gone. Nah, MAX 7, lol. Oh, I'm supposed to have a lot of them. And then let's see, what's the 8995 got delivered. 8999 Quebec. 9000 Delta. That's so strange. A 9,000 airplane. That's so wild. 8999. It's done at least renting the Boeing field, so that's flown. Let's see, that has, I don't think 9,000 Delta. Has that airplane actually flown? Has... Not yet. But we're going to be getting that airplane very soon. That's so wild. Oh, I've been with Southwest for such a long time. Oh, is there anything good on FS Elite? It's all the same shit. Indie Builds Hong Kong is going to be solid. I'm excited for that. Time for Delta to have a new livery. And I don't see... just a bunch of nonsense. Okay. Alright, there's the top of descent. It's coming in nicely. Assume this is probably in this, like, doesn't show it the right way. Oh well. Well, we're working on making our way to Kansas City. We are almost there. I actually also forgot to tune in to, because I had to restart. Had to restart BeyondATC, so because it froze. Thought it was kind of oddly quiet. It was 3024. And then they're going to hand me over to Kansas City Center.
Contact Kansas City Center 127.275. Have a good day.
Center on 127.275, Southwest 882.
This will probably be the last time we have time for this. Let's go take a look at the wing view right now. 5 there for just a few minutes.
Southwest 882, Kansas City Center.
Oh, lovely. We can start looking. We'll have some time. Let's dispatch out our flight to Denver. It'll be Southwest 882 to Denver, so it's nice the flight number is continuing. Kansas City to Denver. Denver, winds are calm right now. We're looking at the second at, so in about an hour, we're looking like we're expecting winds of 310 to 10 gust 18. Then later on, when we're closer to arrival time, variable at 6. So I'm going to expect north flow into Denver, but who knows? And then tomorrow morning, Looks like it's going to be maybe some light rain in the morning, gusty winds out of the north. There's a 30% probability of light rain between 1500 and 20. So, yeah, we might have some gusty winds, maybe a couple of rain showers tomorrow morning leaving Denver, but coming in there, it's not going to be a problem at all. So we're doing 21:20 as our launch time to Denver. 21:20. We're on 4:43. We're at an hour and 55 minutes. We're gonna launch off runway. They're launching everybody off 9 as well, so we're gonna keep that as 9. Arriving, I'm expecting a landing north, but I would expect probably 3-5 left. You know what? I'm gonna keep vibing. We're gonna go to we're gonna do 3-5 right. I want to see if the ILS for 3-5 left is good. It's a little off. I want to see if it's a little off at 3-5 right, so we'll request that. Let's go and see so many people we have on board. I'll put that here on the screen so you guys can see that, so you don't just hear me randomly counting. Can't say Denver today. Flight 882. God, all my flights have been like just wide open today. So we got 3, 6, 9, 10, 12, 15, 18, 20, 23, 25, 28, 30, 34, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 47, 49, 51, 53, 56, 59, 65, 66 open seats. Oops. So 66 open seats, minus 137. Let's do some math really quick. Gives me 71. I'm going to call it 74 to plan. I'm sure there's a couple of non-revs getting on board. So we'll do 74. I want 60 minutes of arrival fuel and 20 minutes of contingency fuel for Denver. And let's see, they are putting us up to, what altitude are they expecting? We'll calculate compare. So this has got us flight level 400, and that's what's planned. And this is the planned routing. I would assume that's what we've got. It's not. Chief 9, we're going up to 400. It's briefing preview. That's good. Flight level 400. Everything is good there. Our arrival is 44, which we need a lot more than that. 51, I'm fine with. 12.9, that's good. And what cost index am I doing? 15. Okay, let's generate the release. We're not quite gonna put this on the Pilotedge yet, only because we are still connected as 882 and it'll override our flight. So we'll put it up there, save that, and then when I can just go in online, paste it in, and immediately file it. Hey man, what's going on? What is going on, Brett? Good to see you. Sorry, we're doing some dispatching there, so wasn't paying too much attention to chat, but how you doing? Good to see you. All right, we're, I don't know, 60 miles away from top of descent. All right. Almost there.
Kansas City Center 127.275 Southwest 748.
Wish I could have gotten Sky Path, whatever the fuck that is, working. I don't know why. It was really, really goofy with me last time I was trying to deal with it too. So I can't remember what I did to fix it. Might be in my gray mail actually.
Kansas City Center, expect weather tree, runway 9er.
Because my employer uses some stupid thing to filter emails, and if it goes into this like gray mail folder,
Southwest 882, Kansas City Center.
I'm not able to see it. We'll expect a Rudder 3 runway 9er, Southwest 882.
Southwest 882, Kansas City Center.
Expect Rudder tree, runway 9er, Southwest.
No, it's not there either. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Allegiant 1637, contact Kansas City Center 118.4. Have a good day.
Center on 118.4. Allegiant 1637. Take care.
It's not in junk email, so I don't know where it went. Painful. All right.
Southwest 2166, contact Kansas City Center 127.275.
So we got that set. We are briefed. We are all dispatched out for our next flight. Just a reminder for everybody, we're not going to be continuing the stream into the next flight. We are going to end this stream and start another stream, similar to what we did in Washington, D.C., where I'll end the stream. I'll get everything set up. We're probably going to have like an hour turn here in Kansas City because we're getting in 15 minutes early, so we're going to have a 50-minute turn. So instead of sitting here for 50 minutes and not doing probably a whole lot, and I am going to just end the stream, set up the airplane, turn it, get it all ready to go, and then we will start another stream right as we're about to depart for Denver. This way the departure is a little bit nicer. The stream starts kind of quick. We get in, we brief up our departure, and by that point it's pretty much time to go. And then we get the airplane ready to go and we go out. To try and keep the beginning of the stream going and not having it just drag on and on and on while you stare at my airplane just sitting at the ramp. So that's the thought. We're trying it today. We'll see how it goes. We'll probably do the same tomorrow. Tomorrow we're in an 800. We're starting a little bit earlier tomorrow. We're going to be on. We leave at 8 something tomorrow EST. So we're going to be streaming around 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, Eastern Standard Time Zone. That'll be 8 a.m. That'd be about 1300 GMT. All right, we're descending via the Rudder 3. Lowest altitude is 6,000. There we go. Yep, I don't know what's going on. All right, we'll begin the descent. We're 29 miles away from our top of descent. We'll probably start working our way down in about 15 miles or so. Get a nice shallow descent working. Rudder, we got to be at 12,000. See if the weather's updated at all for Kansas City. Five minutes ago, winds are 110 at 107 miles, overcast 800, altimeter 3014. We'll expect the ILS to runway 9.
Turn right, heading 105, Envoy 3620.
And looking at the weather, it has started, we have started to get light snow in DCA. Glad we got out of there. We didn't have to deal with de-icing and all that shit.
Runway 3620, descend and maintain flight level 290.
Descend and maintain flight level 290, Envoy 3620.
About 19 out. Another minute or so, and we'll start working our way down. We'll do a dust now. Nice shallow descent work, about 1,000 feet per minute, and then we'll intercept the vertical path from there. And it'll be very nice. Seatbelt sign is off for now, and we're about 30. Yep, we're 31 minutes away from touching down in Kansas City.
Kansas City Center, American 2750, good day, flight level 330.
American 2750, Kansas City Center, roger.
So we see we got AII armed for our AII approach. And we're 10 miles out right now. Go ahead and start at dust now. We'll start working our way down. Let's go ahead and call it back and let them know we are beginning our descent. Folks, from the flight deck, this is Captain speaking. We're beginning our initial descent into Kansas City. Currently in Kansas City, we have overcast skies. Temperature is 39 degrees with light winds out of the east. Looking to have you guys on the ground here in Kansas City in about 30 minutes. Appreciate you choosing us here at Southwest Airlines. We're going to go ahead and turn on the fasten seatbelt sign now. Please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelts for the remainder of the flight. Appreciate you choosing us here at Southwest Airlines. If Kansas City is your final destination, we'd like to welcome you. If you're continuing on to another Southwest Airlines flight, check the TV monitors in the terminal for the most up-to-date flight and gate information. We'd love to see you on another Southwest Airlines flight. Buckle up, be safe, come back and see us again real soon. Welcome to Kansas City. All right. All right, so we've got a nice little descent work, and the seatbelt sign is on, and then we'll be capturing the VNAV profile here in just a moment. All right, there's the Rudder 3.
United 1954, contact Kansas City Center 132.6.
Center on 132.6, United 1954. Have a good afternoon.
Maybe plugged in. Check to make sure stream was all good. All right, there's retard. Speed's coming back. Try making the iPad a little bit bigger. See if that looks nicer on the stream.
Envoy 3984, contact Kansas City Center 135.575, take care.
Center on 135.575, Envoy 3984.
Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. A little bit better. I know it's still a little tricky to read, but not too bad. More or less why I always try to
Kansas City Center, November
zoom in relatively well.
Charlie Whiskey. Good afternoon. Flight level 447.
We won't have anything until Rudder, so
November 650, Charlie Whiskey, Kansas City
there we go.
Center.
Alright, we're in arm. Nice descent working. Love to see it. Traffic off the left there.
Traffic.
I already saw it. Alright. Putting a little bit of power in here. We want to maintain about 256 knots on the descent. Then we'll do 250 slash this way. We can keep the speed up a little bit. Don't need to slow all the way back to 240.
Kansas City Center, American 2765, flight level 300. American 2765, Kansas
Curious to see what approach they give us. There is an RNAV approach that links up to the star. So I'm curious to see, because they're going to have to give us approach. They can't give me a visual. If they do the ILS or if they give me the RNAV approach. Either way, I'll request the ILS, and we're going to fly the ILS to 9. But I'm curious by default if it will try to give me the approach that links up to the star. Or, you know, what I get. Bleeding off the speed just a little bit. Going to idle there, picking up a little too much speed, get that working back. Hello, Hanami. Hello. All right, coming through 250 now. Match the heading up nicely. And we planned on having the engine anti-ice out from flight level 190 down to the ground, so that works out really well. I always try to plan higher. It's easier to, it's better to plan high on that than be too late and then already be a little too fast on the profile, as opposed to like now we're not going to need it until probably much lower, probably closer to like 10,000. And even that might be a little bit high. That's always a good, I always try to do it that way.
American 1958, flight level 350.
American 1958, Kansas City Center.
A little bit slow on the speed. We're going to throw a little bit of thrust in. About 4 or 5 knots, a little slow, so we'll get the speed up just a little bit. There's 20 now. We're getting a little fast. Spend too much time petting Hanami. Right. Going back to idle there. Alright, we're coming through flight level 180. As soon as we hit that, we'll change the altimeter and run the approach checks. Flight level 180 approach checks, altimeter is 3014 set. Packs are auto, start switches left continuous. Approach checklist complete. Speed's dripping just a little bit again. We'll get a little more power in. Speed back to 260, or correction, 256. I'll probably have to turn down my display brightness a little bit once I get into the clouds. I'll do that now. Just make them a little faint, and then they'll be perfect as we get into the clouds. Yep, those are going to be perfect.
Expect 56 runway 10 right, American 1958.
Alright, there's 2000. FMC speed.
Contact Kansas City Center 127.9er. Have a good afternoon. Contact Kansas City Center 127.9er, Southwest 358.
The altimeter's still 3014. That'll work. Still using that.
Southwest 882. Contact Kansas City Center 135.575. Have a good one.
Contact Kansas City Center 135.575 Southwest 882. Kansas City Center, Southwest 882, descending via Rudder tree, 1,600 feet.
Southwest 882, Kansas City Center, copy. United 2029, contact Kansas City Center 125.55. Take care.
Contact Kansas City Center 125.55. United 2029. Have a good afternoon.
United 2492, contact Kansas City Center 127.5. Have a good one.
Center on 127.5, United 2492. Have a good afternoon.
Kansas City Center, Southwest 1549, flight level 3 for 9er.
Southwest 1549, Kansas City Center, roger.
Alright, we're coming through 10,000. I always forget to do the attendant call at 18. It's not at 10. We don't do that anymore. We do it at 18. Yet I'm so used to 10,000 being a part of my 10,000 foot flow. God, I can't ever remember to do it at 18. I never remember to do it one of these times, but damn.
Southwest 882, descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet, Southwest 882.
3,000. There's retard MCP speed. We're in level change. Down to 3,000.
Southwest 882, contact Kansas City approach 120.95. Have a good one.
Contact Kansas City approach, Southwest 882. Kansas City approach, Southwest 882, 9,900 with the numbers.
Southwest 882, Kansas City approach.
altimeter 3014, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 09er, Southwest 882.
Frontier Flight 1697, descend and maintain 4000.
Descend and maintain 4000, Frontier Flight 1697.
Frontier Flight 1697.
All right, we're good. They're going to give us the ILS, which is exactly what we want.
Heading 105, Frontier Flight 1697.
And we're on our way down to 3,000. We maintain 250 knots the whole way. We're at 1,000 feet per minute and see where that puts us. That'll be a little bit better. 1,000 feet per minute will put us at 3,000, kind of right on the downwind, which is kind of exactly what we want. Level change was we were going to get to 3,000 kind of earlier than I would really like.
Frontier Flight 1697, descend and maintain 2900.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get engine anti-ice on.
2900, Frontier Flight 1697.
Total air temperature is plus 13, but it's going to drop once we're in the clouds.
1697. 3 miles from
So we're not going to sit here and wait until we get to 9 and then turn it on. We're just going to turn it on now. This way I set it and forget it.
established. Cleared ILS runway 01 left.
Turn left, heading 040, 2,900 feet until established. Cleared ILS runway 01 left, Frontier Flight 1697.
Southwest 882. Leave cruises heading 260. Expect radar vectors for ILS runway 09er.
So we had 260 heading, leaving this.
Expect radar vectors for ILS runway 09er, Southwest 882.
Frontier Flight 1697. Contact Tower 128.2.
Contact Tower 128.2, Frontier Flight 1697.
Southwest 882. Turn right heading 260 vectors for the approach.
Turn right, heading 260, Southwest 882.
All right, 260 on the heading.
Southwest 882. Descend maintain 2900.
Descend, maintain 2,900, Southwest 882.
At 2,900 feet is set, and that makes sense. Joe, the flight slope intercept point is at 2,900, so. Sato is 3,000, so I'm fine with 29 here. That's close enough. Start reducing, we'll go back to 230 knots. I'm gonna let this airplane kind of start working its way back. We're on our way down to 29. There's 39 for 29. Alright, there's 2,900. The approach is just off our left there. Coming around nicely on the chart here. So I'm expecting to fly out maybe another, I don't know, 8 miles or so, and then get a vector around. Going to reduce to 200 knots. We don't need to be carrying all this speed with us.
Southwest 882, turn left, heading 250.
Turn left, heading 250, Southwest 882.
And also, just as we slow down, the total air temperature fell. So that's also why we have the engine anti-ice on, because even though it was plus 14, the total air temperature is because we were doing 250 knots. As soon as like this, I knew we were going to start dropping back. Not only was the temperature going to start to drop as we slowed down, but the outside air temperature is only 4 degrees Celsius as well. So I knew a lot of that had to be just from our speed that we were traveling. So that's why we turned it on, because at some point we would have needed to turn it on, and we definitely need it by now. So turn it on early, keep it on, and you don't have to worry about it. Especially in a single pilot thing like this. Yeah, I don't have somebody else to watch that for me, so. Expecting to get a left turn here any moment. And then by Joe, we need to have all the automation, everything disconnected. So let's go. We're at 2,900. We don't need to do much.
Turn left, heading 195.
Turn left, heading 195, Southwest 882.
I'm going to do 190. That's a better heading. So because of that, we're going to just configure a little bit early just because I want to be ready. So flaps 1.
Southwest 882, 3 miles from Sato. Turn left, heading 135. Maintain 2,900 until established on the final approach course. Cleared ILS runway 09er.
Turn left, heading 135, 2,900.
Flaps 5.
Established, cleared ILS runway 09er, Southwest 882.
Southwest 882. Contact Tower 128.2.
Over to Tower 128.2, Southwest 882. Take care.
All right.
Tower Southwest 882, ILS runway 09er.
All right. Sorry, Hanami, but I got to fly an HGSA AAA approach, so
Wind
I need
110 at 10. Runway 9er clear to land.
Runway 9er clear to land, Southwest 882.
Let's approach. There's Vorlock. So once we get lined up here, we'll go ahead and take pretty much all the automation out, and we'll do this. Just gonna overshoot that a little bit. That's very nice. Thank you for that. This is also why for these approaches, I always ask for a few more track miles, because it'll do shit like this, and then I'm left as the one that's trying to, track it. So they take that on that side. Let's go and get the auto throttles out, and then we're about to hit Joe. Autopilot off, so we are now manual flight. there's that. We're gonna go ahead and follow the glide. We're just gonna follow the ball. Landing your down flaps 15. There's the gear in flaps 15. We'll go ahead and set the final approach of 126. And let's go flaps 30. It's gonna balloon us up a little bit, which is fine. I'm kind of planning on it. There it is. All right, slowing us down before landing checklist. It's 26. All right, finally checklist. Speed brakes. Armed green light. Landing it down through green. Flap 30 green light before landing checklist is complete. All right, now we just fly this the entire way down. Maintain 126 knots. Stay right on that spot there and we'll be in great shape. We are clear to land. All the lights are now on. Drifting a little right. Bring that back to the left. Really ideally want to keep that in the ball there. Keep that ball in that crosshair the entire time. Alright. Correcting. We want to come back slightly right. There's 1,000 feet. Sink rate 550. Airspeed's 25. We're stable. Like I said, this is kind of I don't want to say cheating, but we can see the runway. But in theory, we can fly this all the way down to 50 feet if we needed to. Getting a little bit of wind there. Correcting. Coming back, we're a little fast. It's okay though. Keep that ball centered. Alright, there's minimums. We're landing. See, the runway doesn't exactly line up. That's always the issue with Flightsim, but now we're pretty much visual
100.
at this point.
50. 30. 10.
There we go. Auto brakes disarm. Perfect, we'll make it off here at Foxtrot. Flaps up.
Southwest 882, contact ground 121.8.
Ground 121.8, Southwest 882.
I'll make the left turn here and then I'll see what taxiway they end up giving me. Ground Southwest 882, request taxi gate Bravo 64.
American 2101, at gate Alpha 2, request pushback. American 2101, ground pushback and engine start approved, face north. Pushback and engine start approved, face north, American 2101.
Ground Southwest 882, request taxi to gate Bravo 64. What the fuck's the matter with this thing? Hey! Ground Southwest 882, request taxi to gate Bravo 64. Hello?
Southwest 882, welcome to Kansas City Airport. Gate Bravo 64 taxi via Charlie 7, Delta Lima, Sierra 1, Whiskey.
Gate Bravo 64 via Charlie 7, Delta, Lima, Sierra 1, Whiskey, Southwest 882.
Sierra 1 and Whiskey, so they want us to be right here. We'll take Charlie 9. We're going to Terminal 64. No. All right, let's go and start the APO. The OG Southwest gates there.
American 2101, request taxi. American 2101, runway 1 right taxi via November 3, Bravo, Charlie, Foxtrot, Echo 8, Alpha. Hold short runway 9er. Runway 1 right taxi via November 3, Bravo, Charlie, Foxtrot, Echo 8, Alpha.
APO on the buses.
Hold short runway 9er. American 2101.
Sierra 1 is the far outside one. Six 4 is right here. All right, let's go ahead and kill number 2. Well. Oops. Well, we're going to 6-2. Bravo 6-2. I don't know why I saw this and I thought that was GSX. Oh well. All right, there's 2 minutes. We're good. All right. All right, parking checklist. Park and brake is set. Start lever is cut off. Fuel pumps 1 on, window heat off, probate auto, NES off, hydraulic pumps electrics off, start switches off, oil quantity 85, hydraulic quantity 100, radar is test, transponder standby and zeros. Parking checklist is complete. And there we go. Yeah, we'll take ground power. Let's grab the logbook and get that taken care of. We also have to submit. So what I do to try to emulate a little bit of like ACARS for this over here. So 882, there's our flight. We're going to tag this as an HGS AII approach. Fairly positive that's the notes they put into the ACARS post-flight report. So a successful HGS AII approach. And then we'll go back. And then now when I look at my flights, I can see my last HGS AII approach was on March 2nd. So I am now current and qualified for another, like I said, I got to remember exactly how much time, but I'm fairly positive it's 90 days. So I'm good for a couple months now. But like I said, I try to do one every single month to stay nice and current. Let's go ahead and grab the logbook. Zero 03 02 26 Milwaukee DCA to MCI. We parked with 83 84 20. Oil 88.95. Okay, that's complete.
American 2101, cross runway 9er at Alpha 1.
What's up, Tucker? How are you, man?
Foxtrot Echo 8 Alpha.
You're coming in right at the very end here. We're gonna be starting another stream in about 30 minutes or so. We're heading over to Denver. Just got into Kansas City from DCA. Take the APU off. Bleed off, and there we go. Let's go get air conditioning going, and we'll get the fuel truck going, so I can go ahead and get ready for our next flight. Again, we'll be back. Let's see, we are out of here at, tell you in a moment. We're out of here. Time we're out of here. 21:20. So we're out of here in 40 minutes. So we'll probably have another stream going in the next 20 minutes or so. 21:20. So we're out of here in 37 minutes. So probably about 20 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and end this stream, and then we'll be back in 20 with our next stream. We're heading over to Denver, and then we're done for the night in Denver. So thanks everybody for coming out. I will see you if you are